Hello. Welcome to another episode of Catching Up on What the Markets Are Doing with Sam Dunham and Bryon Robbins. And Sam, just wanted to catch up on some of the things happening with Plastic Pallet Pros. How are you doing this morning?
Absolutely fantastic. Doing great. And I'm glad to be here talking to you about it. So
what are some new things that are happening with Plastic Pallet Pros?
Boy, we've got a lot of different things that we're working on right now, continuing to add some services and some things that we can bring to our customers. For example, plastic welding and repair. So we're working on projects right now to provide repair services for pallets and bins, being able to actually weld those pallets and repair pallets that normally would have went out of service. And so that's one of the big things that we're doing right now, as well as some new products like plastic pails and lids and some different products like that we're looking at, crates, foldable crates.
Well, speaking of the welding, I mean, when you talk about welding a plastic pallet, are you going to want to weld any plastic pallet?
That's a good question. Just about any plastic pallet can be welded, but it kind of depends on the pallet itself. So if it's a one-way pallet that's an inexpensive, low-cost pallet, it's probably not worth the cost to weld. It's probably more cost-effective to replace. When you look at multi-trip pallets that you want to get long length out of, absolutely makes great sense. And it actually will reduce your cost of replacement of that pallet significantly. So it's a great way to extend the life of the pallet and to reduce your cost of replacing those broken pallets. And also just from a sustainability factor, it's a really good way to look at a more sustainable option.
Yeah, and one of the things we were looking at when we were looking at repairing pallets is 30 years ago, my brother and I, Jason, I got into the pallet business with wood pallets, and that was at the very beginning years of repairing wooden pallets. So there was a time when people did not repair wooden pallets. They would just go to the landfills. And then people started buying, bandsaws. People started fabricating all kinds of machinery to be able to repair those pallets. And today, it's a huge business being able to not only repair wooden pallets, but also to be able to take them apart and reuse the lumber. And now I see the same thing happening in the plastic pallet world, where there's so many more plastic pallets in the market today. Now there's a need for being able to repair those pallets instead of, if you have a slight damage to a pallet, instead of, taking it out of your rotation, being able to protect your investment. And so I'm really excited about what you're doing, down there with the plastic repair. And what are some of the other things you're going to be able to repair?
We're going to be able to repair like collapsible bins, seed boxes for the ag world, IBC totes, pretty much anything made with plastic of value, we can repair it. We can do a weld on it. And you're absolutely right. I feel like it's the very beginning of this kind of foray into repairing plastic pallets. Is not something that's commonly done. So even as we do it, we're looking at adding robotics. We're looking at different tools and mechanisms to increase efficiency. So there's a lot of things that we're doing, even as we're entering into this, that you feel like you're kind of paving the way for future opportunities as well, and future capabilities as we kind of work through that process. So yeah, it's pretty exciting, and definitely been around the wood business too for a long time. And I feel like we're right at that same point in plastic that we were at wood many, many years ago.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. And so you talked about some new products. What are some of the used products that you have in stock right now?
Oh, we've got a good selection of used plastic pallets. So I've got one in particular that's just a fantastic buy. It's a reinforced rackable plastic pallet, extremely durable. It's one of those pallets that if I were to buy new today would be over $100 a pallet. And we can offer that as a used product in like new condition for a fraction of the cost of what it costs you to look at new. Same with some of the collapsible bulk bins that we have as well in used. And we're continually buying more used and looking for opportunities to increase the supply on used pallets. Similar to wood, I feel like we're in the same place wood was back then when the new pallets were being produced and used became a big market. And I would say in wood, probably used is bigger market than new at this point. And I think plastic will head that same direction.
Yeah, and plastic pallets have so much more use than currently. A lot of them are being used like a one-time pallet, and we're able to get those. So they are in great condition.
Yeah.
We go through them. We look them over. We make sure they're in good repair. And now we have the ability to repair pallets and repair those bins. So I'm excited to see what we're going to be able to do for our current customers, but also future customers. You mentioned pails. So what do you have there?
We've got 5-gallon buckets. We've got multiple sizes in the buckets and lids, and we're continuing to expand our offering there. But it's something that we found that there seems to be a pretty heavy demand for that. And so we're looking at that. We've partnered with a great company that's going to help us provide that solution to our customers. And so we're just entering that market now and really looking forward to kind of developing that further, developing our product line further, and having more to offer our customers.
A lot of exciting things happening at Plastic Pallet Pros, and we're hiring a number of people, both in the office and also in the warehouse. And so if you're in the area and you're interested in a job, or maybe you're looking at moving to the area, we'd love the opportunity to talk with you. And we're excited for what's happening. Thank you, Sam, for giving us an update today on what's happening in the plastic pallet world. And we'll bring you another episode in the near future.